Hey everybody, welcome back to the Midday Q&A and the Monday mail call. That's right, we're going to bust open some mail packages today and talk about some stuff that's going on in my life. And guess what? Yeah, it's not good. This is not a good one at all. Trying my best to keep myself gathered. I got a lot of the emotions out last night, but we're going to talk about that and open up some mail in this video. So, well, you know, as always, like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to pluck that dingle belly. That way you get updates every time I upload a video. Thanks a lot for watching, you guys, and you know, really please support me. Give me that thumbs up. It counts probably now more than ever, and I really appreciate you. Thank you, really, truly, thank you. Well, I don't know if this microphone is working or not, but we're just gonna go with it here. But once again, it's time for the Mail Call Monday, where we have received only one piece of mail. As you know, I've been away for a while, been dealing with some stuff. So I figured I was going to go pick up my mail and tell you point blank as to what happened. And I am an emotional wreck because in the last 24 hours, I lost my dad. And I knew it was coming. I mean, even though the doctors had been saying lots of the opposite. Oh, it's going to be fine. Oh, you know, I mean, he was having a good week. Once again, a good week. I mean, it was a roller coaster ride of this good week, bad week crap. And this was a good week. Then I got a call. The doctor said, well, he's doing a little worse than he had been, but you know, what do you want to do? It's like, what do you mean what do I want to do? I want you to fix him. And then late last night, I got the call that his heartbeat went irregular, and then that was it. And I'm not as emotional as I was, and I'm glad I didn't try to record a video last night. Not only was it too late, but the fact that I was just an emotional wreck, I couldn't get the words out. You saw, if you watched Skeeter's video back in January when I lost her, I recorded that within 30 minutes of losing her, and I couldn't keep my shit together. But this has just been a shit year, and not just for me. You know, I'm not being selfish here that, you know, only bad stuff happens to me, because really, truly, not a lot of bad stuff happens to me. And not to say that I'm awesome or that I'm just, you know, infallible. It's just I try to position things that in such a way that I have minimal difficulties through life. The challenges are things that I've always managed to overcome, and this is a new experience. I mean, you only get two parents. You only do, and to have lost one, it's an incredible feeling. And not to say I don't love my mom, but my dad and I were just a lot closer. We just had been. Even physically lived a lot closer, so I saw lots more of him over the years. And this past couple of years, I'm very glad that I got to see him more than just on Christmas. I was seeing him, you know, 3-4 times a year. And it's not a fast trip to get to him, you know, it's 8, 9, 10 hours of driving. But it was worth it, and I'm glad that I got to spend the time with him that I did. It was the right thing. I'm also very thankful that I got the last phone call from him at 4 o'clock in the morning, the night after, well, the night of the time he got turned into the hospital. The poor guy couldn't breathe. He was wearing one of those pressurized masks, and he was shouting at me because I couldn't really hear him, and he's trying to get his voice out, and it's just, I'm glad I got to talk to him when I did, and I made him stop talking. I told him that I loved him, and he repeated it back. I told him just to listen to me for a few minutes, and I told him I'm taking care of everything for him. I'm making sure that his animals are fed, and that his bills are paid, and that he's going to have a clean home when he gets back. Well, sadly, he's not going to get to see all that. And it's hard. It's really hard. And as far as I know, based on what the doctors are telling me, they still tell me my grandmother, his mother, has COVID, and that she's still doing just fine. And I'm having difficulty understanding that. And I've been accused of politics in my videos due to my experiences. This is what's happening to me, guys. This is what I'm sharing. I mean, there may be politics behind this. It may be driven by politics. But that's not what I'm about here on this channel. And I'm only going to mention one political statement in this video at all. And you'll see it at the very end. So stay tuned if you really want to get involved in that. Because today I'm going to make a political statement. Just one. That's all you're going to get out of me. But I think, and not I feel, I think, I've calculated this. I think that the medical system is ripping off all of the grants and donations and whatever the hell they're getting for all these COVID patients that they claim are COVID positive that aren't. My 98-year-old grandmother's a real easy one to pick because she's small, she doesn't make a lot of noise. You say that she's got it, you give her the special care. And then when everything's over, you give her back. But for me to have gotten so many people that have said so many different things about her in the facility, I had one doctor telling me that she's borderline death. You know, start thinking what you got to do with her. I said, she's 98 years old. I said, she's been borderline death for years. But this woman is incredible, and she's going to fool you. He didn't want to hear that. A few days later, she had a new doctor. New doctor says this woman has the vitals of a 20-year-old. Her blood pressure is perfect. Her oxygen levels are awesome. She's healthy. She's got normal sugar. It's just she doesn't have any problems that he can speak of other than the fact that she's 98 years old. And then I interjected, and she has COVID, of course, right? Of course, it's going to rain. It took Ruby out, so yeah, here it is. He paused for a second. And he says, you know, your grandmother, and he was honest, the doctors have to be, your grandmother, you'll probably lose her soon. And I agreed, she's 98 years old. I get that. It's not that I don't love her, but at 98 years old, no, she doesn't have as much time left as the rest of us. She doesn't. Damn, it's slippery out here already. Duckman, you gotta learn how to drive. You should start pumping your brakes. You know those old cars don't have anti-lock brakes, right? That's all the crap that I heard the last time I was out driving in the rain. Yes, guys, I know how to drive in the rain. Yes, I know these things don't have anti-lock brakes, but if I'm locking wheels up, usually I'm doing it on purpose because I'm an asshole. So back to my grandmother. Yeah, I understand. 98 years old. I get it, Doc. You know, I mean, come on. I get it. He says, she's not eating very well. I said, well, she never really did before. I said, what's the quality of your food? You know, she's not eating well. It's because she don't like it. I've seen her at my dad's table. She's a fussy old lady. If she don't want to eat something, she's not going to eat it, and you're not going to make her. So he was concerned about that. I said, well, you know, you don't have to choose special menu items for her, but you may have to listen to her a little bit and see what she tells you she likes, and she'll probably be just fine. And then he reminded me again, well, you know, she's got the COVID. It's like, well, you think she has the COVID. I'm not buying it. And I didn't want to give him the reasons why, and I told him that. I said, I don't want to give you the reasons why, but I'm not buying it. Long pause. I don't know how many people are telling him that. Maybe he's heard it before. Maybe he was tired of hearing it. I don't know, but long pause. And he reminded me again that, you know, she's 98 years old, like he had to tell me it. We're going around in circles here. Is there anything you'd like to ask me? He said. And I said, well, no. I said, I really know all I need to know. I said, we already discussed everything that I know and everything that I think is true. And he, again, had nothing else to add. And I told him, you know, I'm not mad at you. I said, you're going to give her the best health care that you can provide. I get that. Then he wanted me to get on the phone with hospice services and arrange something for her, and saying that her time is probably less than 6 months. And I'd say probably in 98% likelihood, yes, she's got less than 6 months. And that's only because she's 98 years old. I get it. 98 years old. And I keep saying it, but, you know, I keep having to repeat it back to him. I get it. She's way more than twice my age. I should be so lucky that I even get to 80. Although every man in my family has, except for my dad. But it was It was a fungal infection that took him out, combined with what I think was semi-self-inflicted due to cigarettes and mismanagement of diabetes, which he probably gave to himself. It's more of a personality disorder, if you will, because he was doing things that he shouldn't have been doing to himself. And I got to start looking out for myself, because I'm hitting close to the age where he first found out he had diabetes, and I'm starting to get fat, and that's not a good combination. Of course, I do have an excuse as to why. It's because I'm just going through a whole lot of shit in my life right now. But thankfully, I'm not letting too much overly stress me. I mean, I might be sad, but I don't let it stress me. I take each challenge one at a time, know where I want to go, and find the best solution to get me there. And it's the same way I approach everything in my life, whether I be fixing a Volkswagen or if I'm making a family decision. I have to come up with the best way to satisfy things. So, yeah, that's what's going on over here. Just wow. And I've only got one picture, one photo of my dad with Skeeter, ever. I don't know why I've only got one, but I only have one. It's from about 10 years ago. I went to visit my dad on Christmas, and I showed up a few days earlier than he expected. So I intercepted him at work in the hardware store where he was working at, and he was giving Skeeter a little hug and a scratch, and I snapped a photo real quick. Not the greatest photo in the world, but because of the subject matter, now it's become the greatest photo in my world, and that's all that really matters. That's all that really matters. Well, I got to pick up my mail. There's stuff for Gregory in there, there's stuff for Eleanor in there, and then he's make its way to Earl. I mean, my life hasn't stopped, and I'm not going to let it stop. That's the wrong answer. As I said, you know, you get faced with these challenges, you got to deal with them, and this is just another one. It's just another one. This is a big one. It's another big one. So I'll be meeting up with my brother. Hopefully this ordeal will make us closer, because he and I hated each other's guts for a long time. And by the time we hit adulthood, we hated each other so much we just didn't talk. And it's not that we hated each other into adulthood, it's just that we were so used to not liking each other that we didn't involve each other in our lives. Well, the last few years with our parents getting sick on again, off again, losing grandparents, and just everything that's going on, we have been brought closer together, and I'm happy for that. I am. What the hell was that? It sounded like I grounded gears, but I don't think it was me. Well, I don't know when the next time is that I'm going to be back putting up another video. I don't. I mean, I have stuff for Gregory, as I said, stuff for Eleanor. I will be at some point in the next several weeks stopping by Earl's shop again and seeing the progress on Eleanor, as well as dropping him off some more of the parts that he needs to make sure that hoods and deck lids and stuff like that all fit properly when everything is closed up. Got to do all the alignments, and I think that's the stuff that's in this box that I'm picking up today. I hope it's all there. It was supposed to be 2 boxes. I can almost guarantee you that FedEx didn't get them both here at the same time, because that's just the way it goes. Oh, man. Can I get any more red lights today, really? I mean, you probably noticed I usually downshift through the gears. That's something that I think is important, because when you downshift, it spins up your fan, which means you get cooling air over an engine that's now unloaded. So it cools your oil. Really a big deal on a Volkswagen. Because when you run at a constant speed for a while, what happens is your oil heats up. A lot. And as I said, when you downshift, the engine's completely unloaded, but you're spinning up that fan, and it cools down that oil. Now, I should get a temperature gauge in here, and I can actually experiment with that, but I know it's a fact because I've gotten the engine so hot before that the oil light was starting to flicker. And I downshifted a couple times and the oil light stopped doing it. So yeah, it does make a difference. Sticking that oil right back up. Okay, we got a green light here. Let's see if we actually get the green light. Come on, green light. So far, so good. Yeah, we actually made that one in the clear. I didn't have to run a yellow about to turn red. Okay. Well, it's mail time, guys. I'm about to go pick up my package over here, so licky-likey as always, comment, subscribe, pluck the dingle belly, and we'll be back, if we're lucky, maybe next week with a Gregory video, because like I said, there's parts in here. But if it doesn't work out, it might be a few more weeks before you see me again. But I'll try to keep going with Monday updates, because I can record these with minimal editing. But that doesn't mean that I'm always going to have Ruby with me, because I may be elsewhere at the time. A lot of these videos, by the way, are recorded almost an entire week in advance, so by the time you see these things, I'm always in a different place, or new things have happened since. But I thank all of you for your wishes, your prayers, kind words, everything that you've said to me, and all the support that you've given me through the whole ordeal that is my life that I'm dealing with right now. And you know, again, not woe is me. No, not woe is me. I'm a very blessed individual, and that's not normally a word I would use because I'm not a highly religious person by any means. Spiritual, but not highly religious. But nonetheless, I'm blessed. The things that happened to me have always turned out to be good in the end. So, anyway, we got plans in the future. We got stuff happening. I got cars to build, and I still got to build a shop. And that's in my immediate future. So, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time. Okay, so, what's in the box? I didn't want to hold out and not let you guys see. No, I didn't get all the stuff that I wanted because FedEx screwed up and didn't ship everything together as I should have. These are the outriggers that go on the bus floor. These are what would extend from the outside of the bus. The outside of the bus, the sidewall would hit here. The frame goes this way, and then there's another section that comes through here. I don't have the middle sections, they were sold out. So there's a set for the front, which are the longer ones. This looks like one long one and one short one. And then here, likewise, there's another set. So we got those. And we got some paper. We got something wrapped up here. Let's see what we got. What is it? This is the little hood receiver for Eleanor. The one that Eleanor had was just a rusty, crappy mess, and Earl rolled his eyes when he saw it, so I'm not going to make him use that. So I went ahead and picked up a new one. Just feeling this, I can tell it's much lighter, cheaply manufactured as compared to an original one. I will try to restore the original one. I'd like to even try to zinc plate it myself after removing the rust. I may give that a shot. The beautiful thing about it is 4 bolts and it comes off, so it's not hard to go with. This is the little dick that sticks out the bottom of the hood. There it is. Actually looks like a little dick, doesn't it? Told you so. Anyways, this actually comes down in the hood and clicks down into that. So that's how that works. I'm glad we got one. Again, Earl rolled his eyes when he saw the condition that my original one was in. Alright, we got more paper, cardboard, paper, something from Bosch. Oh look, it's a regulator. My voltage regulator on Ruby has gone kind of caca. I wanted to try one of the solid state ones. These are supposed to be all the rage. It gets rid of the little points that opens and closes that in the original ones. Now Ruby, I sorted out the problem. I actually found another regulator underneath the back seat, shoved it in there, and installed it, and it seems to be working. The light comes on a little dim sometimes. I've been told it's not too out of the ordinary, but we're going to try this and see if that eliminates the problem. But the fact that it's solid state intrigued me. It's well, essentially, it's a modern replacement for a vintage technology. I'll put that back in here, and then we'll stick it underneath the back seat of Ruby as a spare until I can get to it and actually do the permanent repair. Alright, more paper, cardboard, 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 something blue. What is there, a wedding here? Alright, what we got in here? Oh, yes! Okay. I like the way they packed it. They put more in there than I thought they would. These are the rubber gogies that go underneath the taillights. They look unusually big for some reason. there might be something wrong here. This is what the taillights are supposed to go to the fenders on Eleanor. Something don't look right. That looks way too big. Well, I don't know. We're going to throw it at Earl, and Earl will make the decision as to whether or not it's the right part. If it's wrong, we'll get the right one. These are the taillight mounting brackets. I had the original set, but again, they were just rusted terrible. Some of the studs that are welded in there are actually just gone. Yeah, I could have repurposed it, rebuilt it, and even re-zinc plated it, but I didn't feel like it. So I got 2 new ones. I got a gas tank seal because the old seal was shot. And I got the little button for the glove box door, because the one that I gave to Earl was a piece of junk. So I figured just get another one. They weren't too awfully expensive. So we've got it. Problem solved. Alright, we got an invoice. Got more paper. More paper. More paper. And this is Eleanor's glove box. I had been looking for one of these for a while, and I don't know why I couldn't find it, but the old 1956 oval glove boxes, they're about 30% smaller. The standard ones are about that big. I have a standard one inside. I was going to put it on, and I realized when I finally found these manufactured, why bother? This is what's going to go on there. Now, the other box that I have, I'll probably end up giving to B. McQueen, so she could put it on the yellow Carmen Ghia that you see right there. So anyways, yeah. Looks like we got a bunch of good stuff here. Stuff that I can start working on come next week. And I start getting my life back together, back in order, after recovering from the loss of Dad and just everything else going on in my life. I gotta get back to work too. I think that's what's bothering me most, is just sitting around. I can't do it. I can't deal with it. I gotta be productive. But I did promise you guys a political statement. And you guys only get one. There it is, right there. I think I've said enough. We're all born to different lives, we're all born to different families, but that's how I feel about it. Get out and do something with yourself. You don't have to get a job, but do something with yourself. Make yourself productive. Make yourself fit in with society. And be important. That's probably the best way to put it. Just be important. Do something for somebody. Make somebody depend on you. How about that? Anyways, that's enough for words for today. Thanks for watching, you guys. We'll see you next time.